Hey guys, welcome to the end of season special of HalfTime Roomies. We've got guests with us today. We have George Joseph, my brother from my actual mother, and we have Parul Thakul, my brother from another mother. And we're here to discuss the last week of the Premier League. So we'll start with George. Arsenal had a victory, but doesn't really look like it's anything much more than that. So, what are your thoughts on Arsenal's performance this week and then for the season as well?
This week, I think it was good in terms of like having a victory just before the FA Cup, which is next Saturday. Good precursor for Aubameyang, especially to get goals. It was a bit sad that he fell short of that golden boot. But I think overall, I think we kind of deserve to be in the spot we were. We didn't really have a great start even after the lockdown. So I think in all fairness, eighth is probably where we should have ended up. But yeah, I mean, overall for the season beginning, I think we recovered well after Emery's sacking. But we still have a long way to go in terms of like where Arsenal end up in the future, particularly tying down Aubameyang with a new contract. And I hope like an FA Cup victory helps give him that sense of confidence to stay. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think fair enough finish for where we are. Yeah.
Okay. We also had a nice little finish for Manchester United. You can definitely see smiles across this side of the table for sure. So, Prul, what was your thought on that finish, especially by Messi Lingard?
Unexpected goal for sure. I'd never really expected Lingard to actually come on and score. Not the standards that were set as far as a Manchester United performance goes, but then of course, we need to learn to grind out results in games like these. Taking into consideration that we finished top three, that's a brilliant achievement on Oli's part. Given how far we were from the top four spots, I think we did really, really well. It was a magnificent game overall. Obviously, there's so much room for improvement everywhere, but then kudos to Oli and the board for signing Bruno Fernandes. It's all Bruno magic from the restart to the season's end.
Yeah, for sure. So you were even talking about since game week 25, United were in sixth position, and how many points did we recover since then?
I think it was 35 points and we finished at 66. So it says a lot about the fact that we did a great job, but then when you look the ranks that are there, so we are 33 points off first place. So that's a huge bridge to gap, something to look forward to next season. But then Champions League and finishing third, maybe a Europa League victory in the finals if we reach the finals, that is. So I think it has been a successful season for Oli in almost every regard.
Yes, we've got Chelsea who played today as well. So
Yeah.
top four ends with Liverpool, City, United, and then Chelsea in fourth position. Losers.
Old guard is back in the Champions League. Um,
What do you think of their performance today?
I mean, United, but it was. I mean, it was an okay performance. We've been okay for the last three games. I think they're all tired. I think it's been all the back-to-back games have made it has taken the toll on everyone's. I think energy levels. I think it's good, man. I think we have now 10 days before the Europa starts again. We have a 5-0 lead over Lask. So I guess Oli should probably play it safe and just send out some of the reserves and maybe give Igalo, Lingard, Williams some time for that. And then I think we go again with the quarterfinals of Europa. But I think I'm not too stressed because we have Champions League. So that's winning the Europa will be a good feather in the cap, but it's not the most important thing right now. And again, I mean, the fucking Scousers won the league, but nothing can be done about that.
Yeah, it's in the past now.
Yeah, it's in the past. Chelsea, I was actually hoping for Leicester to finish off top four. I didn't want Chelsea in the top four. But good for the Rent boys. And unfortunately, Wolves fell out of Europa. And Spurs got in. So it's Spurs and Leicester in the Europa now.
Yeah.
Aston Villa survived.
Yeah, that is
A
big.
thriller,
Yeah.
actually. They took the lead and then I think they drew again. So they survived that thriller. Bournemouth, I feel kind of bad for Bournemouth because I want to see them afloat. I want to see them survive. A good season,
Yeah.
good recovery, lot of catching up that we've done. Bruno was the game changer. Rashford, Martial just upped their game when we needed them to. I think the one guy that will have to take the brunt of the season is probably David De Gea.
Oh, yeah, for
He's
sure.
shown time and again this season again that he's very error prone. But let's see what happens. Let's see what
Yeah.
Dean and Henderson may be coming back. Who knows? Good season.
And George, so we had Aubameyang just fall short of Golden Boot. We've had Jamie Vardy who takes it now. Do you think Aubameyang is going to stay? Do you think Arsenal will be able to keep him?
It's a very tough question to ask because like it's or answer basically. It's the money aspect from the financial aspect. I think that's one thing that he's seeking is a huge pay bump, which I don't think Arsenal mind giving him. But at this stage in his career at 31, it's a tough call for him to take. Like, does he want to be part of a title-winning team and get a few trophies under his belt before he retires? Or does he stay on for the money, a life in London, and potentially this vision under Arteta where maybe next season with a few good signings, they can possibly push for getting back into the Champions League? I still think we're not really there yet in terms of giving it a title push, considering United will strengthen, Chelsea will strengthen for sure, City definitely, and Liverpool's always going to be in contention. So we have a long way to go then. But it's just whether he believes this project from Arteta and whether that there is a vision of getting back into the top four. Small steps. But if Barcelona come calling or one of the top six sides from the Premier League, it's really going to be up to him to decide. It's very tough to say whether he'll stay on or not. I feel like the other players might still stay on. Ozil's situation's a bit tricky. I feel like he's overstayed his welcome and hasn't really contributed much. So, yeah, tough call. But I hope he stays because if he doesn't, the road ahead for us doesn't look good at all.
So, Prul, where do you think United goes from here now?
Well, firstly, I think, again, challenge for the title. That is the benchmark that United should set for the next season. Again, I don't see ourselves winning the Champions League for sure because we are way behind in terms of when you compare ourselves with other teams. I think finishing in the top four is a must next season, and fighting for the league title. I think that is something we should strive for, given that Liverpool has won, so it becomes all the more important to actually achieve that. I think winning the league should be our primary
Top
target.
priority.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting a couple of more players into the team. For example, today, I think we desperately miss Luke Shaw on the left.
For sure.
I think we need some really good replacements and we need a stronger bench. So I'm pretty sure Oli definitely have a couple of players in his sights that he wants to buy. So let's see what happens. We have a 4 to 5 weeks of transfer window. And we start the season again in the month of September, so we don't really have much time. I mean, the month would just go by because Europa League would take up the month of August. So yeah, everything's going to be really quick and fast, and let's see what happens next.
Yash, do you think, because we had this little discussion a few weeks ago
Yeah.
on an episode talking about United going for Sancho and Grealish.
Yeah.
Do you think we should still go for both of them, either of them, neither of them? What do you think?
I think, see, I mean, I'll be realistic. I don't think we're going to get more than 2 signings this window, especially if we go for a very expensive signing, which is basically Sancho. I don't think we're going to spend $200 million or £200 million in this window. I personally, I think we need to get Sancho more than Grealish. I think the mid we still have covered with Pogba, Bruno, Matic, McTominay, Fred, Pereira, and Lingard, but we have that covered. It's the wings where we lack. Daniel James is not up for it. Mata's too old for it. So I guess that's where we need to get the reinforcements, and I would say a centre back. Personally, I would love to see Jadon Sancho and who knows, maybe Ruben Diaz or someone equivalent come in, and I think those are the 2 signings I would personally make in this window.
Okay, so we have Champions League football to look forward to now. Well, no, I'm saying for the rest of, this season, the remainder of the Champions League is still there. So, what are your predictions for the Champions League?
I feel Bayern are really strong. They're looking really good. But then again, they have looked good in the past. I feel Madrid will have this sense of relief now that they've wrapped up La Liga. but they do have City to wait for.
And they're losing to City 2-1 at home, so they have.
Yeah, that's true.
City has an
City
away
is
goal.
it's going to be tough to call City Madrid, but between the two and Bayern, I kind of put them in my top 3 for winning it. Barcelona is just, despite them having a great team, I just feel the way they've kind of ended the season, this infighting among the team, not seeing eye to eye with the coach, that kind of puts them out of the way for me. And so for me, the contenders, PSG is an outsider. But yeah, I'd say Madrid, Bayern, and City between these two.
What do you think, Parul?
Just in one line, this is PSG's year, dude. For sure.
You know what? And I'm inclined to believe Parul because Parul predicted that Lingard would score today. And at the end, too. You called it.
Yeah. He caught Schmeichel Jr., dude.
What do you call him?
Chota Schmeichel.
Chota Schmeichel.
No, but then, yeah, that was completely unexpected. When he came on, that's when I predicted that he'd score. And he did. So he basically wrapped up the season for us.
So
the one who scores the last goal is the most important player.
That's true,
Remember
man.
that.
That's true. So now, what's your prediction for the final?
As well, right? Juventus are in contention as well? Or
Yeah. So, so for me, I would just say that PSG, this is PSG's year for the Champions League. I just have, because this is one tournament where you actually cannot be sure of your predictions at all. It's everything on the given day, how you perform, what factors incline in your favor, a red card, a foul, whatever it may be. Just like how it went for Manchester United against PSG almost a year ago.
And more so this format, right? Because you have just the one game. It's not even home away advantage
Right.
anymore. You're the knockout.
Right,
And
it's a
anything
knockout
happens in
tournament.
knockout, like
Yes.
the least predicted team you can suddenly come up.
So my call is PSG for sure.
What do you think, Thomas? Who do you think is winning the Champions League?
I'm going for Juventus, and Cristiano Ronaldo retires at the end after he wins the Champions League. That's my prediction.
But where do Juve stand right now? Didn't they? I think they drew the first leg, right? Or did they lose the first leg?
Dude, honestly, I'm not even sure.
They drew the first leg, right? I mean, yeah, Juve is a good bet to make because just the team is fucking incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a good prediction. So I think it's PSG,
PSG. George didn't say who would win.
If I had to pick, I'd say Bayern.
Bayern, and Juve.
Yeah, actually, my actual prediction is Bayern, though.
Oh, Bayern. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I think Bayern do have a very, very strong team this year, and I think the rest of the teams are still kind of like catching up.
Yeah.
I think it's between Bayern and City, though. I feel like City could probably make a...
City is strong.
Madrid, they could really go on to have a very good run.
Which they probably will because, I mean, they have a 2-goal away advantage or 1-goal away advantage. So Madrid has to win at least by 2 goals over here as well, too. So it's kind of, yeah.
Prul wants to make a comment.
You'll all come to regret your choices, I'm telling you.
We're going to lose money to Prul, it seems. But we should put down money for this, though. George was... Europa League. Who do you think?
I think United is going to take that, man. The only tough teams left in that is, I believe, Wolves.
Inter Milan.
They have a lot. I think Wolves have a lot to prove, especially since they missed out. They had such a strong start to the season.
Yep.
I think they kind of waned off towards the end. Missed out on a big opportunity. They have a big point to prove. So I think Wolves can potentially make a semi-final. And if United avoid some of these trickier teams, I believe Inter's also in the mix, right?
Inter's there.
Yeah.
Sevilla is there.
Yeah.
Roma's there as well.
Roma, I'd say between Inter and United.
Hmm.
It's between these two teams. Wolves, I feel, don't have that extra edge to take them into the final.
Yeah.
But Inter and United seem to be my top two favorites. And United have encountered relatively weak opposition up till now. So I see them having a very straightforward line to the final. But that final, if they come up against someone like Inter, that is tough to say.
But tough game, yeah.
So, well, that's the wrap on the season. I guess we're happy over here.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of positives to look forward to, right? Because now I'm actually waiting for the next 5 weeks where we start bringing in reinforcements and just kind of ship out a couple of deadwood players that don't fit the game plan anymore. Where does Sanchez go from here, right?
Oh, true.
Smalling as well. So we
Yeah.
have a couple of loanies coming back, which you don't need, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would hate to have Sanchez and Smalling in the team again. But do we sign anyone to replace them, or do we just go along with the way we've been playing.
Yeah, I think it's needed. I think maybe Smalling coming back because he's had a good season with Roma. I think was a good, again, squad player. I wouldn't play him
Good
ahead
bench
of
guy, but I
even
wouldn't
Lindelof.
ruin the Lindelof and
Yeah,
Maguire
I wouldn't even
partnership.
play him ahead of like Lindelof. So yeah, okay. Well, if anybody has any final comments,
Have any bold predictions? So let's just do a round of bold predictions for next season. Okay, so bold predictions. Let's do it. Top four next season. Just the four names.
All right, so my order goes City, Chelsea, United, Liverpool.
I'd go with City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
I'm going with City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and then United.
Nice.
I'd go City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in essentially we all agree on the top four.
Yeah.
Just the order might be on and off.
I think we have the same orders.
Yeah.
City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea.
That's true. Yeah.
My bold prediction though is that Chelsea win Champions League next year.
Oh, that's way too bold.
That's my bold prediction. You asked for bold, man.
Way too bold.
Listen, you asked for bold. I'm giving you bold right now.
That's
man.
almost like Bold and the Beautiful.
Well, there you have it from the beautiful themselves. Our boldest predictions for next season. And thank you to our guests for joining us on this end of season special. And we will see you next week with another episode.
Yep.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as usual.
Yep.
And we'll see you on the other side.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.